Get that, Gene?
I think so.
So I'm coming out, I get a text from my son. We were supposed to get together. You know, we were talking about getting together tonight. I said, oh, not tonight. I have to podcast. He says, oh, you millennials and your podcasts.
Your son said that?
Oh, my son is 25.
I was going to say, what's he, 3?
Oh, okay. You're
Wait,
busting
that's how
on my age again,
I was
aren't
busting
you?
on your age. That's
Yeah.
true. Yeah. Wait, so hold on. Is that how you started the podcast out?
That's pretty much how I started it out.
All right, let's roll with it. Go. Now you got to tell who we are. What are we doing?
Well, I'm Lorraine Ranalli. I don't know who this guy is that I just found wandering along the street. Oh, look at that. It's actor Gene Volpe.
So wait, we're at the White Dog Café. Is
In
it cafe?
Wayne.
It is.
We're allowed to say, right? In
Oh,
Wayne
yeah.
today. First of all, this is a great spot.
It is
Right?
awesome, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, but before you start talking about the venue,
right.
let's talk about how this came to be, because this is what I love about what we're doing, okay? This is like the whole PR on steroids thing.
Do it.
Gene and I start this podcast, and it was his idea to start a podcast, and I said, well,
No.
it was.
It was my idea for you to start a podcast. It had nothing to do with me.
Oh, how did you get involved then?
You called and said, I know that you like.
Oh, I thought, no, I totally misunderstood. When we met in the summer, I thought you said we should do a podcast.
No.
You said
no,
I
I
should
was
do a
telling
podcast?
you needed to do one because that's the kick I'm on. And then you called and said, we're doing a podcast. And I was like,
No
okay.
wonder why you took so long to get back to me.
Yeah, no, I was just like, do I want to do this or not?
Oh
And
my
I tell you, I'm
God.
regretting the hell out of it.
Are you really?
Not really.
Bullshit.
Listen, I'm at the White Dog with you, having
Well,
drinks.
the
on
whole
a
deal is
Wednesday.
So
What's today?
this is the whole thing about the marketing of this podcast. Is I said, well, we're going to do it like a radio show because that's my background, and then we're going to, keep it timed, and we're going to do it on location, and we're going to have a live audience and make it fun. And Gene's like, wait, what? That's not, yeah, and it's working. So I throw the shout out on Facebook.
Yep.
Jamie here responds because we were at a few restaurants and they give us a little love. We were looking for more love, a little more promotion.
Yep.
So who better to do that than the PR person for Fearless Restaurants? And she says, come to White Dog, come to all of our restaurants. And we're like, okay, don't twist our arm. We're
So
there.
let's just be clear before we bring Jamie in, right? Your definition of love and mine are different. Because you're looking for love. I'm just looking for beer and food.
Yeah, but I'm looking for somebody who's also going to promote what we're doing. It's all about partnering, right?
Yeah, so I'm just looking for beer and food.
Yeah, and you're getting that.
I
So-
am. I got a Sterling Pig right here, local.
Such a typical guy. Just give me beer.
Listen, I am easy. I had somebody.
I've heard that about you.
Well, hey now. I had somebody call me and say, I need you to help me with some of my Instagram marketing. What do you charge? And it's a friend of a friend. So I said, I'm not going to charge you anything.
Wow.
She goes, how about if I take you to lunch? I was like, well, you'll get more information out of me if you take me to lunch. And even the most information if you take me to dinner and there's wine involved.
I'll tell you what, I can't tell you how many times people have said to me during the course of my career, and Jamie, you've probably experienced this as well, can I take you for coffee and pick your brain? No, my brain is this big and there's a lot that goes into it, and there were a lot of years to get that information, and I need to eat too.
I do
What do you
enough.
think?
Like,
I do a lot of it, but sometimes it gets a little ridiculous.
No, it's tough. Sometimes you got to say no.
Yeah,
I agree.
sometimes.
Well, listen, we lollygagged enough.
Okay.
Introduce Jamie.
All right, so Jamie Blackburn is the Director of Public Relations for Fearless Restaurants, which is a restaurant chain that includes 9 and soon to be 10 restaurants, 3 of which, soon to be 4, are White Dog Cafes. We're at the White Dog in Wayne. So cool, so unique. People that are familiar with this location outside of Philadelphia in Chester County, Wayne, PA, love it. Okay, it's very unique.
And I'm gonna go through it. So we're gonna talk a lot about this, but let me rattle off the restaurants because when she called you or you guys talked,
Yeah.
I was like, oh, this will be cool. I love the White Dog.
Right.
But then when I saw the list of restaurants,
It's
I went, we're hitting them
impressive.
all, right?
Yeah.
So Oshulu, White Dog, Autograph Brasserie, Daddy-O, Plantation, Tucker's Tavern, and Louie. And we're gonna let Jamie tell us in a minute. I think some of them might not actually be in PA. Is that true?
That's true. So we have 3 restaurants that are in LBI, Daddy-O, Plantation, and Tucker's. And actually, we are going to be a group of 11 restaurants.
11.
We're adding the White Dog in Glen Mills
Yes.
in early September. And then this summer, we're adding Rosalie, which will be right here in Wayne at the Wayne Hotel.
So, all right, hold off on that because that is extremely exciting to me for many reasons because we got a chance pre-show to talk about it a little bit. I have a challenge for you and your chef. That's not really a challenge. I just want to go there and eat and make comments. But Glen Mills is fantastic because it's right up to Dana Lynn. Are you listening? My wife doesn't listen. I guess I got to tell her when we go home. So we're going to be at the one in Glen Mills regularly.
We like that.
Are you going to be open on Monday?
We're not this Monday, but we will be open Mondays.
Mondays?
As soon as we open.
That's all I want.
We'll
just
be open
Mondays.
7 days, and we do an amazing brunch. We do lunch during the week, dinner, and as you can tell, our happy hour is pretty phenomenal.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and you're going to be able to hear, like, you'll be able to hear some of that through the podcast. Like, one of the reasons why we like doing it like this is because you can actually hear the buzz, and there'll be a good buzz behind us. So that's a good thing. It actually is really crowded. Tonight's Wednesday, right?
It is.
It's a Wednesday at 6:15, and the place is bumping.
And this is nothing compared to a Thursday or a Friday. You can't even walk sometimes. That's how crowded it is in here. And the same with White Dog in Haverford. It's equally as busy and popular of a location. Autograph as well. And tonight on Autograph, on Wednesday nights, we actually have Girls' Night Out. So it's happy hour drink specials for women all night long. And, wherever the women are, the men tend to
So
follow.
I was going to say, what happens when your boy strolls in?
Well, then he pays full price for a drink, but the girl gets her special pricing.
I'm okay paying full price if there's
is
a lot
so
of pretty
funny.
women around.
There are.
Like I said, my wife's not listening, so we're good.
Yeah.
All right, so what are you scrambling? We got to pray to St. Anthony. What are you looking for over there?
No, we're good. Don't worry about
You
it.
okay?
I'm just audio engineering, doing my job.
All right, so
Scared yet?
I don't want to drive this. Here's what I want to really get out of Jamie so I want to talk about Rosalie, you said, right? But I also want to talk about the marketing that comes into play when you're dealing with all these restaurants, right?
She's a busy girl.
Well, so do you want to take the lead on that? And
doesn't
I'll
matter.
just kind of
No,
pick her
just-
brain as we go. So go ahead.
I was looking at your microphone because it didn't look plugged in. It's good.
I'm getting recorded here. We're good.
I'm so scared. So, Jamie, you plan events for all 9. You told me soon to be 10, but you said 11 restaurants?
11. We have 9 restaurants right now, and the 10th one will be Glen Mills.
Oh, the Glen Mills
and
and
then
Rosalie's.
Rosalie will be
Well,
11.
tell me, what I love about Rosalie is it's Italian soul food. You know where I thought I coined that phrase in my book, Gravy Wars. I thought I did.
Maybe they stole it. Who knows?
That would
Not
be cool.
us.
No, not them. But I still think Food Network took Food Wars out of Gravy Wars. Just saying.
Okay. all
And
right.
I talked to somebody up high there too about that.
We
He
just had a
swears they
copyright
did.
attorney on a couple weeks ago. You didn't talk to him about it.
I know. I should
should've.
have. Yeah, but it's probably well beyond the
Yeah.
statute of limitations. But anyway, some of the things you do for marketing. Now, you have just recently hired somebody to coordinate the social media because that was taking a toll.
Yep.
But you have events constantly. Every restaurant is a farm to table. The chef, even just say like the White Dogs, there's going to be 4 of them. Well, they have some things consistent across the menu. Each chef gets to do his or her own thing within the restaurant, so they get creative.
Right.
They're seasonal. There's
It
a
is.
lot of marketing around
It is.
that.
Well, actually, we have a director of marketing. I get to do the fun stuff, the PR and planning the events.
Okay.
So we do a lot of really cool and fun different events. We actually, for the entire company, have something that we started this year called the Fearless Women's Network, where we do all sorts of women empowerment kind of speaking engagements at our restaurants. We did a Galentine's Day event. We had a lot of fun with it.
I love that.
So, and the White Dogs are all the original farm to table. Before it was kind of a catchphrase to throw out there. When White Dog was first founded in 1983, it was founded based on the idea that everything should be locally sourced. And when we took over the first White Dog in 2009, in University City, which is the original, we have always maintained that. We also opened a White Dog in 2010 in Haverford, and then of course this White Dog came afterwards. But everything that we have, all of our food is comes from nothing further than 50 miles away. So we support local farms and local farmers. We do as much as we can to keep everything locally sourced. And we are pretty earth-friendly in the sense that we don't offer bottled water. We have LED lighting. We do a lot of things to really, help the earth.
So I'm loving it because I think we've been to the one in Haverford before, my wife and I. I've never been to this one, but I passed it a million times. But when I sat down and talked to you for a couple of minutes about like the stuff you just laid out, the intrigue to me makes me want to come in again. Like I love the fact that they have Sterling Pig and Conshohocken Brew Pub and like all these things that are local.
Sure.
And I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not one of these guys that it's like, save gas. I'm not driving around in one of those eco cars. But I definitely like when you give back to the communities,
Absolutely.
and that's kind of what you guys are doing. The one thing I don't want you to skip over is because I thought it was pretty fascinating, and I can see the conversations that went on. But when she started this in '83, you made a mention about how she bought the first trucks, and what was unique about the trucks?
Yep. Judy Wicks was really intent on helping local farmers and actually purchased refrigerated trucks for them so that they could bring their merchandise to her. So it was 50 miles away, and clearly if you're bringing cheese or something to that effect, you need a refrigerated truck. And because of her, the farms were able to expand and grow, and that's what we have still maintained. We use local farms and help them, by using them and helping to spread the word about how great their food is or their produce. We've helped them grow as well. We use Kennett Square mushrooms.
Yep.
One of our signature items on all of the White Dog menus is our Kennett Square mushroom soup. It's amazing. We have things like you started to mention that are signature White Dog items, but we're very seasonal. So as soon as something is out of season, it's off the menu. Our menus change pretty frequently. But our chefs do have the opportunity to use their creativity at the local level at each of the restaurants. And every night there are specials. And what's on special tonight here in Wayne is not necessarily the special, and I'm pretty sure it won't be, the special in Haverford. Each of our chefs has their own personality and their own flair, just like each of the White Dog cafes.
So you could take a week and go to each White Dog and have a different experience.
Absolutely.
That would be cool.
Well,
The White Dog tour.
So I'm a foodie, right? So you said a couple things that piqued my interest. Number one, the menu changes. I love it. Like, I love the fact that I can go sit down and something's new, even though I'm also a creature of habit in that when I find a restaurant that I like, I want that wing.
Absolutely.
Like we have a PJ Wheelhands, which I'm not comparing this to PJ's, but I like their Italian, that whatever the hell that thing's called, the Italian wings that they have. Like, I enjoy that, and when I feel like I have a hankering for that, I go there for that. But I do like to be able to leave, especially with my wife, because she can be picky, and my dining experience is completely reliant upon her reaction to the food. If she doesn't like the food, so I'm going to tell you a little secret. If she doesn't like the food, it ruins my whole dinner. Here's the secret. If she likes the food, so what happens? You're going to laugh at this.
Oh,
She's
I'm
Sicilian,
waiting.
you know that, right?
Okay.
So we sit, and when we sit down and at the table, across from the table, when she takes her first bite of something that's supposed to be really good, right? Like you hear the reviews.
You watch her face?
I do, and she has this thing she does that only I pick up on. Her left eyebrow goes up when she
likes
approves.
Oh.
Yeah. And it's so strange, like she can't control it. But she puts the fork in her mouth, and if the eyebrow doesn't go up, I'm like, God damn it! Like,
Does
all right.
she know this?
Oh yeah.
Oh, that is
But she doesn't.
so
I can
funny.
tell her because she
she
doesn't.
can't fake it.
No, she can't fake it. So the reason why I was saying that is I'm going to ask you. I love the fact that you change seasonally or whatever it might be.
Right.
But I also wouldn't like it, and I'm setting you up, right? How often do you change?
Things change, like I said, seasonally. So
Seasonally.
So it's way more than the 4 seasons that exist.
But it's not every 2 days.
It's not every 2 days.
That I hate.
It's a couple of months in between each one.
Okay, beautiful.
But there will be seasonal items that are added or changed, and there are mainstays to the
Right.
menu. We could never take our burger off the menu. It's probably one of the most popular items that we have here. We have certain things that even if you want to come in and try something new, but you have that favorite, it's always going to
good.
be
I
on
love
the
that.
menu. One of the things that I will say that I love at all of our White Dogs is our butter. I know it sounds really simple to say, but our butter is made with honey and Cape May sea salt.
Oh,
and
my
honestly,
gosh.
it is the most addictive thing that you could ever try. And it's so simple, but it's just such an amazing, amazing piece of a treat to have.
Jamie, what am I doing right now?
You're checking out for the bread and butter.
No. More than that. I'm wondering why I don't have any.
Oh, we're going to get it for you. Don't you
I thought he
worry.
was checking out the women because
Nope.
this bar
No.
is loaded
They will
with
feed
pretty
you.
women.
Well, that was my sneak.
The bread and butter is amazing. Honestly, everything is great on this menu, but I have to say, I always look forward to sitting down and having our incredible butter.
That is funny.
So-
And Jamie was telling me before we started that each White Dog bakes their own desserts.
Well, we have a bakery for the company.
For the company,
So
okay.
any of our desserts, and they change as well seasonally, they're all made in-house. So everything is fresh, made that day. It's
So
pretty
this is
fantastic.
So here's my question, right? Like, why am I just learning about this? Maybe because I'm too far west of here, I guess.
You're not that far west. No, because
Far enough. I mean, I don't do the main line like all the time.
Because maybe you just need to stretch a little bit when you go out. I don't know.
I do. Listen, I need to be more aware of things like this because
we're
look,
gonna do that with
we can do a
this show.
client party here. Like, I would take my wife here.
Yes.
I would take my boys here for happy hour.
We
like,
do a lot of private events.
They do weddings and
We
stuff,
do
too.
private parties all the time at all of our restaurants. In fact, we have 2 private events concierge because that's how many private parties we book.
Oh, wow, that's
so
awesome.
Clearly, the Mooshaloo is super
big
popular
party,
for
yeah.
weddings
That's
and
easy,
large-scale events.
Yep.
But we do all sorts of events here: bridal showers, engagement parties, social events. We do, corporate dinners. So, and it's each of the White Dogs. The rooms are so unique and so different that it just adds to the experience.
Really cool.
Jamie, tell me, you told us about the gala you did for around Valentine's Day, but you also mentioned off air about what you're doing for soldiers.
Yeah, so we have a partnership. Part of what White Dog also stands for is community involvement and being a good neighbor. And we are very committed to working with the community. And we partner, all 3 White Dogs, and soon to be 4, partner with Alpha Bravo Canine, which is a local organization founded by an amazing woman, Jennifer Green, who raises and trains service dogs for former military with PTSD.
Okay.
And she buys the dogs on her own, trains the dogs on her own, and then gives them to a military person in need. The cost for her to get a puppy
This is
and
amazing.
train the dog for the 2 years that it takes to train it is $50,000.
That's incredible.
So I met her quite serendipitously through a radio contact that I have. We just happened to be talking, and I started talking to her and said, how can we work with you? So every 3rd Monday in August, this upcoming year will be our 3rd, we host Dining Out for the Dogs at all of our White Dog locations, where a portion of the proceeds from that night go to help Alpha Bravo. We have all sorts of raffles. We have a puppy kissing booth. Each of our chefs comes up with something unique, whether it's a cocktail from the bartenders or whether it is, last year we did gourmet hot dogs at Haverford with 100% of the proceeds benefiting Alpha Bravo. We also do the opportunity starting in July, where at the end of your check, if your check is $35.90, you want to round it up to $40. The rest of that money is donated to Alpha
that's
Bravo
nice.
Canine.
So I'm wondering if there's any partnering opportunities with people like. So, for example, I got to figure out how I say this. I have a friend that runs a company that makes homemade dog biscuits,
Yeah.
and they're local. And they bring the guys in, like my two buddies actually, or at least the one brother makes the treats, and they're like very proud of it, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So I don't know if like maybe we can make a connection somewhere.
We love it because we could certainly do something with them. We can sell the puppy treats outside. We set up little areas outside of the restaurants with the puppy kissing booth. We have some other partners, retail partners that sometimes also join us that night as well. It's a lot of fun because we partner with a local radio group, and they send on-air personalities to all 3 of the
Anybody you could mention?
Oh, I'm happy to. WMMR, WMGK,
Nice.
NFM, and this year that'll tie in WXTU as well.
Oh, very cool.
So for the past 2 years, it actually started because of a conversation I had with Steve Morrison, who is a huge animal lover. His wife actually has a cat rescue, which we've now started doing a fundraiser for at the Mooshaloo. It's called Mutiny on the Mooshaloo because it's a cat fundraiser for her organization where they trap and release the feral cats, have them neutered and taken care of to help maintain the population.
So do those guys come out? Does Preston and Steve come to the events
all
and
of
everything?
them come to it.
Oh, really? Casey and those guys?
Yep, Casey.
That's
in
pretty
fact,
funny.
Casey usually comes here to White Dog Wayne.
Sure.
It's a really fun event because everybody likes to come out and meet them, meet the on-air personalities. We do some drawings for things.
That's neat.
And
I wonder if we could do a podcast from that event.
Absolutely.
That would be
They're
fun.
doing live radio
Yeah,
from there
that's
too.
a little
But that's okay.
competition.
There's no competition.
They don't do live. They do everything leading up to it.
Oh, they
Yeah.
do. Oh, very cool.
Yeah.
That's pretty neat.
They're very good about helping us promote the event and driving awareness. And
How many times have you done this event?
this year will be our 3rd year.
And what kind of money do you usually raise?
We raise enough money to buy a puppy.
Oh, that's
Is it a
huge.
white dog?
It's not a white dog, but as long
Damn
as
it.
it's a well-trained dog, we're fine with that.
Yeah.
So I want to throw out a challenge.
Not.
One puppy for each location.
We
raise
would
50
love
grand.
that.
Wouldn't that be cool?
Yeah,
that
that'd be
would
really
be,
yeah.
that's kind of our dream, is to really be
Yeah.
able to do that. Actually, one of the things Jennifer Green is looking for is a space, a facility to do the dog training. Right now she does it in various locations, but she needs a warehouse type space that somebody would be willing to give her, because she brings the veterans in and they sometimes have limited mobility. So
Sure.
it can't have steps,
Right.
it can't have certain things. And she wants to use it as a location where the vets can kind of congregate and get to know each other and support each other, because she's absolutely an incredible person, and what she does for the vets and training the
That's
dogs
neat, yeah.
is pretty amazing. She has her own dog that is kind of the alpha dog that trains
Right.
the other dogs. His name is Echo, and I always feel like I'm cheating on my own dogs, but this dog is by far the
Cheating on
smartest
the dogs.
dog you could ever meet. If he were a student, he'd go to Harvard.
Oh, yeah.
So, Gene, you happen to know anybody in real estate could help her
Actually,
out?
yeah, I was thinking about that. So you said Bucks County?
But she'll take it anywhere.
Doesn't
She
care?
Nope, she just needs a space, and because she's a not-for-profit, literally everything that she does is through donations and fundraising. So we are a big, fundraiser for her, but we're one puppy, and she really needs this space.
Tell me a little bit about the space, because if we got people listening, they might have spots. So she needs it every day, all day, once a week?
She would like to have a space that she could use on a regular basis. If somebody has a large warehouse and they're not using a portion of it, if she could set that up, because part of training the dogs are different agility challenges. And, these dogs are so smart, they're able to get things out of a refrigerator. They know how to get
Wow.
medication.
Like beer?
They could probably be trained to do that. I'm pretty sure she doesn't, but you can ask.
Because I don't have a dog, but I'd be thinking about getting one.
But they're really smart, so a lot of what she needs this large open space for is also for the dogs to be able to go through the agility training. And they learn so many neat commands that she needs a large space. So
Makes sense.
unfortunately, she sometimes is using parks. She uses wherever she can, and
Yeah.
she's very, very committed to it.
All right, so if you're listening to this and you're in the real estate game, you probably already know that could be used as a donation or a tax write-off.
Absolutely.
So hit us up privately, and we'll connect you with her if you feel like you're so inclined. So maybe
would
we
be
can make a
great.
connection. Yeah, who knows?
That
Who
would
knows?
be great. That's her dream.
Gene travels in real estate circles. He does a lot of real
That
estate
would be
marketing.
perfect. That's
Yeah.
her dream. And honestly, I always say to her that it would be my goal that somehow we make a connection for her to get that space, because the more space she has, the more dogs that she can train. Because not only does she train them, she has volunteers that are called puppy raisers. So you are then responsible for taking the puppy home with you and reinforcing the different things that the dog is learning at the training session.
Almost like foster care for
It
dogs?
is. It's foster
Yeah.
care for dogs, and it's such a neat thing to say. It really
It is neat, and and the big thing for me is like I'm already thinking about a couple guys that I used to work out with that work in Manayunk. One of them actually has PTSD, came out of the Marines, still Marine for life type stuff, and it's for folks that are giving me the ability to podcast at White Dog on a Wednesday.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yes,
so
yeah.
it's certainly a good cause for
Love
sure.
Absolutely.
So
Love
that's
anytime
good stuff.
we can help our military. And see what's going on here, just having this conversation. This is what's so wonderful. I always have to point out the obvious, Captain Obvious here, but this kind of marketing, you know what I mean? This whole relationship marketing. If we weren't doing this on location, we wouldn't be meeting Jamie, talking about all this. And just
No,
love
I
it.
agree.
Yeah.
I love I love being in front of people.
Well,
It's
I
good.
set that up for our listeners who are listening to get a little marketing advice. The more you can partner with key organizations, key people, the more you can promote your brand.
So to your point, I got a call from my social team lead today that informed me that Facebook is now changing. You're getting some inside info. Facebook is going to be changing the way that they roll out their content. They're doing away with the news feed.
Oh, okay.
There's not going to be one to many anymore. It's going to be they're going more towards one to one.
Oh, really?
So it's but if you think about it, it's exactly what we're talking about, just online. So there's something to be said. 2019 and 2020 is the year of face-to-face.
Okay.
It is.
It is.
And that's not a bad thing.
No,
I have
it's
kids,
wonderful.
and I want them to learn how to talk to people.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, the thing that's sad, the reason I gave a little face there is because, when you have thousands of followers on Facebook, it's nice to know you can post
listen,
something.
here's the thing. If you want to still pay the advertising dollars, you can still reach all those people.
Gotcha.
So don't worry about it.
Gotcha.
It's just a matter if you want to be cheap. He said you pay a little, you get a little. You pay a lot, you get a lot.
True.
And we knew this was he built this model back in 2004. This
I
is
know.
how it was set up.
Right.
And now we're just finally getting it 15 years later. So
Yeah.
don't be too surprised.
Yeah, interesting.
All right.
What'll
go.
happen to Instagram because they own Insta, right?
So it's interesting. I don't know. I don't want to go there yet because I'm not sure. But all the press releases that came out were Facebook only.
Okay.
So they may be doing it to push more people to Instagram and then reel back. I don't know
is
yet.
this real inside info, or can we Google it and find out?
No, he just released like a 3,200 word manifesto.
Okay, and by the time this hits, the air, our podcast,
Oh, yeah, there's
everybody
something
it'll
to
be
it.
talked about in the
Yeah,
news.
it's fairly public knowledge. And we sort of knew it was coming with the lawsuits, him on Senate.
Right.
Like, it's all about privacy. It's all about generating revenue. It's all about, like I think the telling thing what he said was, that, like, the senator asked him, it was like this 88-year-old guy was like, how do you make money? And the clip is him looking at him like, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
And his answer was, we run ads, Senator.
Right.
Like, that'll live in
right.
infamy. That meme will live in infamy.
Right.
Because it was like, our business is built around us running ads. Like, why am I here right now?
Well, to the older gentleman's credit, he just doesn't get the social media,
Well, all right, so let me say this and then we'll drop it. Then they shouldn't be questioning him. If they don't understand it, they shouldn't be questioning him.
Exactly.
Right? Like, all right, and we can leave it there because that's
Okay.
another story we can go political on this.
I could, because I
Right?
could talk about younger senators and Congress people who shouldn't be questioning
I know you
certain
said
people.
younger senators. Why is that? Don't make me call Bob. Listen to me. Let's talk about Rosalie.
We'll go there. I want to find out.
Oh.
Well, but before you go to Rosalie,
Okay, go.
What is, Jamie, your favorite medium for promotion for the restaurants?
Honestly, each restaurant has its own personality, and some of their demographics overlap, but some of them also are a little unique to their area. Certainly the ones at the shore, because we're more seasonal down there, although our restaurant Plantation is open year-round, and Tucker's is open part of the time down there. So we use a variety of different mediums. I think that you really have to engage people in print, in electronic, in social, in any way that you can, because I think that just relying on one medium is just going to be a difficult way to capture your audience.
You're 1,000% correct.
Totally.
Yep.
And in fact, in our next show, I want to talk a little bit about print and how it's not ever going to really die. But so you do marry a little bit of each. But when you're talking about social media, is there one platform that kind of stands out more than the others for the restaurant business, in your opinion?
I will say that I think that Instagram is a huge influence in the restaurant world, because no matter what, when somebody orders a dish and the waiter places it down in front of you, before someone tastes it, they take a photo of it.
Yep.
So it's very rare that you see someone just dig right in. And I will say that everything that we put out, and you're happy to look around tonight and say, is Instagram perfect?
Okay.
Because we know
That
that
was
the
my
first
next
thing that
question.
you're going to do is take a photo. So we're not sending an ugly girl out there. We're sending the pretty one out there.
So
That's too
it's
funny.
really...
So it's all about plating.
It really is, and it's so funny that you said that. Like, you know the old Starbucks training method? You've seen, how many cups have you seen online at Starbucks with the wrong name on it?
Oh.
They train them to do that.
Oh, that's funny.
So the reason why they do that is
So
they train
people
them
will
to
take pictures?
What's the first thing you're going to do?
That's funny.
And so Starbucks logos all over the cup.
that is
And people
so
go, look how
smart.
stupid. And you're like, nah, it's kind of genius.
That's very
It's kind of
genius.
genius. But
All
it's-
right, Rosalie, because we got a minute, we're going to wrap.
we don't got a minute. This is a good one. Look,
We're gonna
this
do
is your
2
old.
shows.
We're doing maybe 2.
We're
But listen, I want to make you uncomfortable
You're
right
making
now.
me
We
we're
might
going
go
the radio
34
model.
minutes.
No.
We might.
I'll cut you out.
Our sponsors,
I'll
White
edit
Dog,
it.
said 34 minutes. We'll
Well,
see.
you still have to talk to our GM, who's going to become
He's
the new
gonna,
GM.
yeah, that's going to be part two, the next
he's
show.
really the expert on all that will be Rosalie.
Oh, then we'll ask him about
Yeah,
Rosalie.
we're super excited. It's
And
going
the chef.
to absolutely.
Jamie, you let her off the hook. I was trying to tie her down. You let her off the
Not
hook.
going to happen.
That's
'cause-
what I do. But Rosalie, it's going to be an amazing, amazing project. It's actually named for our owner's mother. Her name was
wonderful.
Rosalie.
That's fantastic.
So it's got a lot of meaning behind the name, and the restaurant itself is going to be an incredible addition to the mainline area.
And that's at the Wayne Hotel. I've got to give it to Jamie. She's an excellent PR person.
She
Love
killed
the
it.
way she handled us.
She killed it. So let's do this one last thing, and then you end it. Tell us where they can find you. What's the best route to go find about Fearless? Just tell the people if they're listening and they're here this far.
Well, you can go to whitedog.com and you're able to locate all of our White Dog locations. Autograph Brasserie, you can just keyword search Autographs Brasserie and that will come up as well. All of our restaurants have pretty simple social media tags, so you're able to pull them all up on Facebook that way.
Yep.
And we also have a Fearless Restaurants website as well. So
.com, right? FearlessRestaurants.com.
Reach out to us anyway. You can get us by email. You can get us by checking out our websites. Give us a call or just come in and visit.
And
What do you think about the marketing RV? Were you disappointed when we didn't roll up in an RV?
No, we're pretty good with that. It's
Okay,
all right.
good.
they don't have that much parking. It's a good parking lot, but not that big.
And it's the main line. I'm not sure the RV thing would fit out here, right?
If it was a Mercedes RV, we'd
I'm
be all right.
surprised I was able to cross over from Delco to the main
Yeah,
line.
right. They
Hey,
would-
we have a lot in Delco. Our Wayne is actually in Delco.
Oh, it actually is, isn't
and
it?
so
We
is
are in
Haverford.
Delco. Yep.
So actually,
And actually, so is Glen Mills.
right. So all of
That's
our
right.
all of our mainline restaurants, so to speak, are all Delco.
Delco.
Haverford, our White Dog in Haverford. Our Wayne White Dog, our Autograph Brasserie is in Wayne. And now, of course, the one that we're going to be opening at the Wayne Hotel, Rosalie, will also be Delco.
I
That's
didn't
funny.
even realize, so I can consider myself a mainliner?
Yes.
Absolutely. And
That'll
we'll
never
be
fly.
Delco proud. So it all works.
All right, Ranalli, wrap it up.
No, not until you tell us where we can find the marketing RV.
All right, so
with
make sure
Ranalli
if
and
you like
Volpe.
this stuff, first of all, you can message us as well. But do us a favor and go out to iTunes, hit the subscribe button, and give us a great review. And I don't want any bullshit 3-star reviews. Give me a great 5-star review. Tell them how handsome I am and how Lorraine holds me back. Put that on the review and let Apple know that we're killing it.